If you want to change your life, you have to change the sentences you repeat, because your brain uses language to decide who you are and what you expect of yourself. This is neurolinguistic programming at the identity level, and this series teaches you how to use it on purpose instead of accidentally sabotaging yourself. Let's get into it. Your brain listens to patterns, not intentions. Every time you say things like, "I'm terrible at consistency," "I always mess things up," "I'm awkward," or "I'm the problem," your brain treats these statements as instructions, not opinions. So the more a sentence repeats, the more your nervous system prepares you to behave in alignment with it. It's exactly how identity is built. Here's how parts of the brain operate when you speak to yourself. The Broca's area is responsible for organizing speech and processing language. When a phrase becomes familiar, it becomes easier to say, which makes it more likely to repeat. This is how negative identities become your automatic self-description. The anterior cingulate cortex tracks conflict and errors. When your words contradict who you want to be, this part of the brain struggles to maintain a friendly relationship with the language you speak to yourself. Lastly, the prefrontal cortex shapes decision-making and long-term planning. When it's fed a limiting identity, it plans your life around the limitation that you've set for yourself, whether you notice it or not. So when you change your language, your entire system has to recalibrate to fit the new mold you create. NLP is not about positive affirmations. It's about removing linguistic roadblocks so that your brain can create new pathways to follow. Here's a rewire meant to stop reinforcing the identity that you're trying to outgrow. Step 1. Catch when you say identity statements. Anything that starts with "I am." For example, "I am terrible at mornings." Step 2. Replace it with a neutral and progressive identity. Something accurate that aligns with where you're headed. For example, "I'm learning to have better mornings," or "I'm improving my morning habits." Neutral progressive language stops reinforcing the old identity while also giving the brain a direction that it can actually support. Step 3. Use the new identity statements in conversations. For example, your friend says, "You never wake up early." Instead of saying, "I'm terrible at mornings," try saying, "I'm getting better at mornings. I'm adjusting my routine." Saying it publicly reinforces the shift more powerfully than thinking it privately, because your brain treats a spoken identity as a commitment. Think of all the times that you told somebody that you were a certain thing. You identify with that every time you say it. So when you stop speaking to yourself like the person you used to be, you finally give your brain permission to support who you're becoming. You get me? You can't pressure yourself into being who you want to be. Identity changes through patterns that you have the power to deliberately choose. Next episode, we're moving into how to use language to break automatic emotional reactions. Drink water.